Unision, Angelo, aka Eunice the Untouchable, first appearance, X-Men number 8 in 1964. I want to say November 1964. I actually remembered it was X-Men 19. I remembered it was X-Men 98. I had to look up the year for when, or X-Men number 8. Had to look up the year it came out. Anyway, and I also had to cheat. But yeah, Eunice. He's a very obscure character.
Right, because I'm going to challenge you on that.
He exists. Anyway, hey guys, you know who it is, what's going on, when it's happening, where it's at, and why we're here today. How you doing? It is I, the sublimely magnificent Big Ugly himself, Omari Ellis, feogrande on YouTube, occasionally referred to as Pete on this show. And obviously, I'm here with another episode of the Whatever We Want podcast. And as usual, I am joined with the co-host that has joined me every week in, week out, just about. You know who he is, the man, the myth, the legend, the man who bears watching, Superjaz.
The bears watching thing for some reason every time. It's like I know it's coming. You even put it in the. He does this. Bears watching. You put that on like in the graphic.
That's gonna be your thing, and you're gonna have to deal with it.
Well, I don't hate it. It's just every time it catch me off guard because the origin of it is just so minimal. I love you. Anyway. Yes, as he said, I go by the name of Jazz, Superjaz, SJJT, whatever you want, what have you, and the like. And of course, yes, this is the Whatever We Want podcast. Whereas always, I say that we talk about whatever we want. We do not lead this conversation. This conversation leads us, and we let these chips fall where they may.
Every Wednesday, and this Wednesday we are joined by an old friend who has been here. I just we've been ignoring him long enough. We're joined by a friend who's been here before. Good to see him back. One and only.
What's up? If you couldn't tell, I look just like one of these guys on this show. Well, no, let me say it. No. He looks like me. Because I'm his older.
You and Pete look a lot
I'm older than him. I'm older than him, so
I don't know if he's older than me though.
Yeah. But anyway,
you so secretive with your fucking age.
No, but if you couldn't tell, I'm Jazz's brother, Superjazz's brother, excuse me. I'm his older brother, Ibn, and I'm Pete's other best friend. Pete's other best friend. So yeah, so we might as well be brothers. We've been knowing each other since 1998. So
long time ago.
I love how you're talking like you haven't been on the show before. But it's okay because
it's been a minute.
It might be people who haven't seen it too, so that's true.
It's been a minute, and there might be people who haven't seen it.
Right. So no, I saw the last episode and talked to Jazz and it's like, hey man, let me be on the next show. And he's like, yeah. So here I am.
Always welcome anytime. And as you are a guest on the show.
Cough. I'm joking.
Yeah, fuck you too.
Yeah, you said always welcome anytime.
Cough. Yeah.
Anyway,
as you are the guest on the show, I'm gonna go ahead and let you kick us off talking about whatever you want to talk about this week. What do you want to talk about?
Well, I wanted to say, how about them Chiefs, man? That shit was great last night, man. Patrick Mahomes is that dude. Chris Jones is that dude. Dude had like 3 sacks. Patrick Mahomes playing on one leg with a high ankle sprain.
Bengals going out there and shitting the bed.
Yeah, man. I mean, they still play tough, man.
The Bengals need to draft a fucking O-line. This is enough. Yeah, get a fucking O-line, for the love of God.
Yeah.
Real quick, I was gonna say for everybody listening, I was gonna say this is being recorded on the 30th. So last night would have been the 29th, Sunday. January. Yeah, 30th of January. So last night would have been January 29th, Sunday. My bad. Go ahead.
Okay, but no, they need to spend the next draft just drafting all linemen. Man.
They need to get some linemen on that team.
Yeah, because they're gonna get Joe Burrow killed. Man. They're gonna get him killed.
That's what I said to. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say he already tore his ACL his rookie year because his O-line was trash, and they got lucky going to the Super Bowl last year, even though that line was garbage.
He had multiple 9-sack games that postseason.
Yeah, it was wild. So they got lucky last year. So.
But and which is also why, with the whole way he's been getting beat up and stuff, when he lost that Super Bowl last year, and I started to think about the other quarterbacks of recent who lost their first Super Bowl, especially quarterbacks who get hit a lot and play for cat-based teams. They don't ever make it back after losing that first Super Bowl, and I was like,
yeah,
I was scared that Burrow won't ever make it back either. And so far, I know it's only been 1 year.
I read a stat that said that like the Super Bowl, quarterbacks who make their debut and lose their debut in the Super Bowl have never gone back, and Joe Burrow is one of them. So that's crazy. So
you have to win your debut.
Yeah, but don't get me wrong, Joe Burrow is a beast. He is one of the best quarterbacks right now.
He is. So, he just won't make it back to the Super Bowl, and I'm gonna be sad.
I don't know.
He already has his chances hurt by playing for the Bengals. They're not one of the chosen teams. They've never. In fact, I don't even think they've ever even been as a franchise to the Super Bowl.
They went 2 times before that. 2 times before that, and both times were against the 49ers. In the 80s.
That's why
in the
80s.
80s.
Know. That's why I didn't know. 80s. Fair enough.
Yeah. They played. They lost them both, obviously.
Yeah. I know they didn't.
Joe Montana.
We ain't winning any either with the Panthers.
Joe Montana was the quarterback for both. Joe Montana was the quarterback for both teams. I think the first time they went was, I want to say, 1981. I could be wrong. Ken Anderson was the quarterback for the Bengals.
Mr.
And the second time they went. Anderson. No. But no, the second time they went was against Joe Montana was quarterback, and then Jerry Rice came in that time. He was on that team. And that was like 88. And the quarterback was Boomer Esiason. He was a quarterback for them. So they lost them both, but I think both times they were good games though. So
fair enough.
Joe Montana was clutch. He's known for being clutch. He was clutch in both of them games. So
So much ado about nothing when it comes to that injury. Clearly,
what injury?
The Pat Mahomes went out there and still just put on a show.
He was still hurt though. You could tell he was hurt though. He was limping all over the place.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I turned the game off once it was like 4 sacks in the first quarter.
You turned it off? Dude, the game
it was clearly gonna go the Chiefs' way. Burrow couldn't do shit.
What you turn it off for, man?
Because Burrow couldn't do shit.
But they were still playing their ass off.
They went down like 13-0 in the first or second quarter.
No, it was 13-6. You tripping, bro?
I had stopped before the Bengals got their 6. Then.
Yeah, you tripping, man. You missed a good one, man.
I apparently not. The Chiefs won as predictably as ever.
But they won by 3 points though.
I did think it was stupid of the Bengals to be calling it Burrowhead Stadium before the game even happened.
Yeah.
It's one thing for rumors. It's one thing for rumors to do it, or then the fucking mayor of Cincinnati.
The mayor. That was some bullshit. What the fuck is your problem with it? The fuck is
it's
your
one
problem?
thing for the teams to be like, haha, Burrowhead.
Right.
Because Burrow, to be fair to the Bengals players, Burrow had beaten Mahomes 3 times. And sure, get into his head.
In Arrowhead,
but still, they beat him 3 times. If the players are saying it, tongue in cheek, whatever. But then you get the mayor writing a whole ass letter or doing a whole ass speech.
He made a fucking proclamation. Saying that shit. Come on, man. And they're gonna say Joe Burrow needs to take a paternity test to see
if he's Pat Mahomes' father.
Mahomes'
that's
dad.
What you say. That's what you say after he goes for it.
You don't say it, period, as the mayor. You don't say that shit.
But I'm just saying, if you're going to trash talk, especially like that, you say it after 4-0. Right. You don't say it right before the 4th match. You say it after he's won the 4th time.
Right. So those players took it to heart. So they played extra hard. I go on Reddit. I spend a lot of time on Reddit. And I was on one of the Bengals subreddit. You know what subreddits are?
Yeah.
Okay. And I was on that. And some of the players, some of the fans were saying like if the players needed extra motivation from somebody talking shit, then they need to do something else with their life. And I'm thinking to myself, dude, Michael Jordan was the king of that shit, of using motivation,
The Last
of
Dance,
using,
and I took it
he was the
personally.
king, right? He's the king of using shit as perceived slights to make
Yeah.
himself play harder. Kobe Bryant did that shit. Tom Brady does that now. So for you to say that, you don't know pro athletes. You don't know how they do things. So it's like, come on, man.
Yeah. That's all. That's all a lot of them need.
Mm-hmm. It's like,
But,
don't get me wrong. You're already good enough to become a pro, even if you ride the bench. Even if you ride the bench, you are good enough to get there because you were one of the best to ever do it in your college, in your high school.
But you're not the coldest to ever do it, Johnson, or whatever his last name is.
That's his name. It's a player. It's an actual college player named the coldest to ever do it. Some shit like that.
Yeah,
that's his real name.
Yeah, his first name is.
What?
His first name is the coldest. His middle name is to ever do it.
Yes.
And he
this
has
is legal.
Black last name. Yes, because it's one word.
No, but I mean that's legal.
Yeah, DECOLDEST.
I gotta look this shit up. What? It's not like a nickname. Like his parents literally named him this shit.
His parents named him that.
What
you do that shit? You set your kid up to fail, man.
Or for major success.
That too. But still, that's a lot of pressure on them to do that shit though. But no, anyway though, like, and I'm just saying, like to say that though is like you don't know how pro athletes do their shit though, and it's just like you need to just like understand that, man. Pro athletes, they use shit as motivation to play better and then to play extra harder. Mm-hmm. I remember Chad Johnson when he was first coming up. When his things, he had a list of corners who he would burn and make look bad, and that's how I first found out about him. Like he would like the big corner he would play that day. He had a list of them, and if he burnt them, I mean, if he burnt them and made them look bad, and he scored on them, he crossed them off the list, and he always made a little thing about that. I remember that shit.
That's pretty cool.
Ocho
Cinco's fucking crazy. The fact that he eventually called himself Ocho Cinco and changed his last name, which doesn't even translate to 85, but you know,
85.
It's close enough. It just sounds cooler than Ochenta y Cinco.
Ochenta y Cinco.
Just Ocho Cinco. But that dude also used Viagra before games to get his blood pumping faster. And that's something he said in an interview recently. He's like,
I think I heard that.
He's like, also, who wants to tackle a dude running with 3 legs?
Oh my god, what the fuck, dude? He was something else. Him and T.O.
He was a character. Him and T.O. Like they made football fun to watch.
They were two of my favorite players growing up. So yeah, they were two of my favorite players growing up. And I liked them because they made the game fun to watch. So
according to Google, his last name is Crawford. And according to Google, Dakotas Crawford's middle name is Juan. Okay. And not to ever do it.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, still Dakotas.
They wrote to ever do it out as one word, but it says to ever do it is not actually Dakotas Crawford's middle name. Okay. I just spoke to him. He clarified it's Dakotas Juan Crawford for the record, according to Advocate Crawford. Yeah, blah blah. All right.
So, but he's still
that's like some. Okay. That's like somebody. It's a football player named Kobe Bryant, but they spell it differently.
COBY or whatever.
Something like that, yeah.
Well, I mean, you know what ASAP Rocky's real name is, don't you?
What is it?
He got Rocky because his actual first name is Rakim.
Oh,
okay. Well,
yeah, I thought y'all knew that shit. But yeah,
I knew a dude named Mike. I went to school with a dude named Michael Jordan. He was a fucking asshole to me, but his brother was cool.
Okay.
But yeah, his brother's name was David. His brother's name was David. So
ASAP Rocky's actual name was Rakim, and Rakim's real name isn't Rakim. So
I had a friend who was Jordan Michael, but Michael was his middle name.
That's funny. So Yeah. I don't know. I can't
Yeah.
think of any.
So
Just...
meanwhile, on the other side of the NFL,
Oh, hold on. Before you go, who you think who you got in the Super Bowl? Who you think's gonna win the Super Bowl?
we haven't even talked about the other game.
Oh, okay, we'll go there.
That's
Go
what I'm
ahead, do
saying.
that.
Meanwhile, on the
My
other
bad.
side
My
of the
bad. My
NFL,
bad.
Rakim's real name is William Griffin Jr. Anyway,
Okay.
oh,
the other side of the NFL.
we
He
got
ain't no joke.
not at all. We got the Eagles versus the 49ers. And boy, that game, you
That
want some
game was that.
injuries.
It was over before it started, man.
I was saying before we started, I'm like, I would not. And like that, there were a lot of injuries, and I don't think that they actually were doing this. But if you were to come out a couple years from now and be like the Eagles are under investigating for another bounty gate type deal, that's a good game to point it out because there were some 49ers getting injured left and right. Brock Purdy's arm can't probably he'll never be able to really throw again.
I wouldn't say that, but who knows? But
No, apparently like he tore like all the like ligaments
yeah,
in his like
yeah.
elbow and stuff.
He might need some big time surgery with that shit. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, the 49ers now they're just gonna cut him. Man needed to win the Super Bowl to keep his job.
I mean, well, they might. I mean, they might keep him, but because I don't think they're gonna keep Garoppolo. I don't think they're keeping Jimmy G. They're
I
talking about getting
mean,
rid
they
of
done
him
kept
last
him
year.
so long. Yeah, they've been talking about getting rid of him since he lost the Super Bowl to the Chiefs, and they still there.
Yeah. But I mean, they kept him because they couldn't find nobody to trade with. That's what that was about. So they got lucky that Trey Lance went out, and they was like, oh well, we still got him. We can use him because he was serviceable. So we
And then
still
he
got
gets
somebody that
injured
can do
too.
something. Then he gets hurt, and then we got this seventh rounder, Mr. Irrelevant.
I really
That
wanted him to
got lucky.
make it all the. I really wanted him to win the Super Bowl. Also,
Yeah.
like I said on a previous episode, where he could do some Mister 3000 shit, just
I saw that.
trademark the name Mister Irrelevant, and just because
Make money off of it. Yeah.
that and it'd be a better story than fucking number 12, at least rookie
I
season
mean,
wise.
number 13, Kurt Warner was undrafted. He went all over the fucking place, all over all of NFL Europe, arena football, and is a Hall of Famer. 2-time MVP, Super Bowl MVP, took two shitty ass teams to the Super Bowl. Has had some of the best passing performances in terms of yardage.
Two
And is
shitty
a Hall of
teams to the
Famer.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I'm a casual
The
fan, but I
greatest
was
show
thinking the
on
same
turf is a
thing.
shitty team.
No, I mean the year before they were shitty.
Okay, because
Okay.
I'm a casual fan, but I was
Historically
thinking the
shitty.
same
Historically
thing.
shitty.
I was like, I can't say
Historically shitty.
Okay, I'm about to say I'll agree with you on the Cardinals because I mean the Cardinals.
Historically
But
shitty.
okay,
So, but yeah,
I was
so
wondering the same thing.
that's what I'm saying. So Kurt Warner's the greatest undrafted player ever. So yeah, and he spent his whole he went all he was a journeyman. He went all over the place. He started. We all know he started off bagging groceries. He
played arena
had to
football.
play arena football with the NFL Europe. He was in training camp with the Packers with Brett Favre, who's a fucking thief. Fuck him right now. And went to the Rams, got lucky, and made the best of it. Became one of the best to ever do it. So
And then Zachary Levi played him in a movie. Now I didn't see the movie. I don't know.
I didn't either.
If it was good or bad.
that movie looks corny.
It does. It looks like one of them feel good movies where you know it's going to be some heartwarming story. I mean, it's just in this case, they're going to take some creative license, but in this case, it turns out that the heartwarming shit actually did really happen.
But here's the thing, though. I remember everybody was talking like Kurt Warner's life could be a movie, and there you go, they made one out of it. So it's about time they did it.
It was a long time later, shit.
Yeah. Well, you got to make it where people question whether or not it is real, and you can also change some of the details because no one really remembers creative license and all that. Right. But no, we had the Eagles annihilate the 49ers and what semblance of a team they had left.
They were on their fourth quarterback.
Guy. They were on their fourth quarterback who gets concussed mid-game anyway.
He wasn't even that good in the first place.
No, Josh Johnson is not a good quarterback.
The dude, he's been on like 14 teams in his whole career, man.
Yeah.
That's probably why he's not that good.
And yet there are others who just can't seem to get another job. But
that's
story for
something
another
that's
day.
different. That's weird.
I'll never understand it. And it's like, oh, hey, this person's been to a Super Bowl. Oh, but no,
I know what you're
they
talking
ain't
about.
good.
His initials are CK. But anyway.
Or CN.
Oh, CM. CLCN. Yeah, CN. Yeah.
It could be either of them. It applies to both
know.
of them because no one wants either of those motherfuckers on their team, despite the fact that they're better than a Nathan Peterman or a Josh Johnson.
I don't know about the second guy because he kind of ain't got it no more because you could tell he got hurt and it's like he's putting he's just throwing his whole body into the shit.
He can't. He's not better than a Zach Wilson. Even Hampton.
No.
Even Hampton. No. He's not better than a Zach Wilson.
No. You're right. You're right about that. But his last year with the Panthers, well, second to last year.
With Matt,
when he got hurt and tore his shoulder, you could tell that when he came back, he didn't have it. He had to throw his whole body into it. It just wasn't working, man.
Nigga came back last year in a game against the Cardinals and immediately ran in a fucking touchdown because he still can't fucking do.
That's all he can do now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was unaware being a good running quarterback made you terrible. Man, let me tell you.
No, but to be a quarterback, you also got to throw the ball.
Which he could also do.
He can't do that anymore.
Sure he can. I also think I agree with the sense that he hasn't had an actual full off season with anybody since that year. Since fucking Tepper and his idiocy got rid of him because he really wanted fucking Matt Rule. And Matt Rule was a fucking idiot of his own right. But he goes to the Patriots joins them right before week fucking 1. The whole offseason them passed, and he joins them, and it's COVID year. It's during COVID year where 7 of their defensive starters just said, no, we're not playing this year. And doing all this stuff. And I'm actually fine with that because he gave the Patriots their worst season in the last 2 decades. So even playing for them, Cam is anti-Patriots. Go Cam. But then he comes back last year in the middle of the fucking season and with a coach who was so enthralled with Sam fucking Darnold that literally if Cam had one bad play, Matt Rule was trash talking him in the press conference. But if Sam Darnold fucked up, he's just Sam's got to do this, so. Matt Rule, I think someone said recently, Matt Rule's I was a little harsh on Cam. Give Cam. Oh, some of these teams that ain't got nothing on quarterback, at all. You know what I mean? Like your Zach Wilsons and the whatevers. You can give Cam a shot. Hell, put him on there as a backup. Make him earn the position, but tell him when he's got enough time to have a mini camp.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. I would have rather had Cam start this year for the Panthers. That's for damn sure.
I see what you're saying on that.
Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, and PJ Walker. PJ Walker is okay, but he was a good XFL quarterback, but he's clearly a backup. He did good in some of his games, though.
No, Cam's he's a backup now. If he was to come back to the NFL, he'd be a backup. He's not.
But the fact is, no one even thinks he's good enough to be a backup. When you've got Nathan Peterman and Mitch Trubisky still having jobs, and Josh Johnson and Mike Glennon, and
Mitch Trubisky fucking started for the Steelers this year. What the fuck, man?
You mean they tell me they couldn't have thrown? You want to throw someone a ball and give it a shot? Why not Cam?
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Especially if you want someone who's a better scrambling quarterback than he is at the passer.
Yeah. Now he is. Yeah.
No, but I'm saying that's all Mitch Trubisky ever was. Mitch Trubisky could never throw the fucking ball.
Not for real, no. That dude straight.
Yeah, his whole skill was in running. But the Steelers took a chance on him.
Yeah, I didn't understand that.
They ain't take a chance on a quarterback who's at least been to a fucking Super Bowl, has shown that he can compete, especially if you have a good team around him. Yeah. And he didn't have a good team around him that year.
No, he didn't.
Kelvin fucking Benjamin was his number one receiver.
No, it wasn't Kelvin Benjamin. Kelvin Benjamin got hurt. No, his number one receiver was what's his name?
Ted Ginn?
Ted Ginn, yeah. So there you go. Right. That's even
And
worse.
even still,
They still went to the Super Bowl, right?
and don't get me wrong, they're not scrubs. Obviously, they're better than me, but it ain't like they got Tyreek Hill or whoever the fuck's on the Chiefs now because they don't seem to know how to pick bad players.
Well, there's no number one receiver. I mean, unless you count Travis Kelce as a receiver, because he is the number one guy on the team. So
there you go.
I mean, yeah. He's not he's a tight end.
Closest Cam had to one of those was Greg Olsen, who was also good.
Yeah, he was a beast. Yeah.
But the Panthers are bad and will be bad for the foreseeable future.
Probably.
Because I'm not allowed to like good teams.
How do you feel about Frank Reich being hired?
I'm mad.
Why?
He literally just got fired for not being good enough on the Colts this year.
I feel you. So you think they should have kept?
He sucks.
You think? I'm not saying.
I would have rather Steve Wilkes than this guy.
I feel you.
Steve Wilkes in one season and coming in halfway through the season after they got rid of their best player and another player or two or something else. They did a couple of things the Panthers did. Yeah, Robbie Anderson though. I mean, when you're a Jet all the way. I never really trusted Robbie.
He was an asshole too, man. He was an asshole.
Yeah, I never really. Robbie Anderson could go, but Christian McCaffrey, they got rid of him, and they fired the coach, and still Steve Wilkes matched the number of wins Matt Rule had in either of his previous seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Like he did better in this little half a season than Matt Rule did in his fucking career as a fucking Panthers coach. So Steve Wilkes deserved that over Frank Reich, who just got fired from his own team because he can't coach.
Right. Do you think
Frank Reich was the original Panthers quarterback? Don't you have some nostalgia from that, Omari? Don't you have some nostalgia for that? No, I don't, because I wasn't a Panthers fan back then.
You weren't even a football fan back then, probably. So
probably not.
But no,
95.
Yeah,
no.
95. No. But no. Now I'll say this. Now, do you think there was a racial thing behind that a little bit that goes into that? Do you think?
Sure, why not? I don't know. Everything's racial now.
But I'm saying, yes or no?
I don't know. I'm not mad that they hired Frank Reich because he's white. I'm mad because Steve Wilkes did a good job. Like if they would have gone out and gotten the Jim Harbaugh or something, Jim Harbaugh's white, I'd have been okay with it. It's Jim Harbaugh.
Because Jim Harbaugh, he's
yeah, it's Jim Harbaugh. But Frank Reich sucks. What has he done?
Yeah. No, he
did the Colts this year, which were terrible.
Right. No. And I was reading, I was hearing a lot of times they call him the quarterback whisperer. Every quarterback he's had except Phillip Rivers, even though Phillip Rivers was old as shit when he got there. They've all sucked. So what the fuck? So yeah. So yeah.
Anyhow,
but
so
back to the Super Bowl though. Who do you think's gonna win?
If the Chiefs are actually injured, then maybe the Eagles. But if not, it's more than likely the Chiefs. If the Chiefs are just, on some Paul Pierce shit right now and just like, yeah, I'm injured. Oh, yeah, so injured. Look how legendary I am because I won while injured.
That motherfucker was taking a shit, man.
Yeah. If the Chiefs are doing one of those, then the Chiefs win. If the Chiefs are actually injured, I see the Eagles winning, especially because of what they did to the 49ers when it came to fucking injuries. Yeah. They were injuring niggas on the sidelines.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who's your Super Bowl pick, Jazz?
You said what?
No.
Who's your Super Bowl pick, Jazz? Because I feel kind of bad. I see you up there in the corner. I've seen you up in the corner for a minute. Just kind of.
I'm not. I've been seeing my face, and I've been trying to not look like I don't care because I care enough for y'all to have a conversation. I can't get involved in the conversation for something I don't know shit about. So that's all. I didn't even know who was playing in the damn Super Bowl. So I looked it up just now to see who what day it was, and I see what day it was.
I told you it's your birthday. I told you your birthday. I told you that.
I don't remember you saying that, but it is, yeah.
I've been telling you that. I told you you're gonna have to wait, man.
Oh yeah, you did say that's right. You did say that, dude. but I looked it up just to see what day it was, and it just so happens like it'll be played between the Chiefs and the Eagles. I didn't know that shit. I didn't.
Fair.
But no,
I don't know who's my pick? The Chiefs, just because they're the home state team. There you go.
That's fair.
But no, for me though, like obviously I want the Chiefs because I'm a Chiefs fan. But I'm afraid because the Eagles running game is crazy. And the Chiefs defense, when it comes to that shit.
I'm not gonna lie.
Suck.
I don't know shit about the Eagles except for the fact that the Eagles keep winning. And they have Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts is a beast, man.
Well, that's all I really know about the Eagles is they got Jalen Hurts.
AJ Brown. He's pretty good too.
Apparently he's on that team as well.
So,
not really watched the whole Eagles game all season. I've just heard they just keep winning. And that a lot of people believe they've had the easiest path to a Super Bowl in a minute.
A lot of people say that, yeah. But no, Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league right now. And he is the most exciting player I've seen since Michael Vick. So, yeah.
Okay.
To play devil's advocate.
Go ahead.
Michael Vick, as a quarterback, was known for mainly doing what on the field, isn't
he? He had a fucking arm too. He had a fucking cannon.
But mainly.
He did that shit like it wasn't nothing.
Running.
Look,
Jazz.
Because most people.
It's okay, Jazz. Cam Newton had like rookie records for passing yards and stuff as well, but Cam Newton didn't know how to throw. So
I'm just saying because most people actually dumped on Michael Vick and tried to take away his credibility as a quarterback because they said all he did was what?
Right. Well, anyway,
same thing they do with Lamar Jackson. Same thing they do with Cam. Same thing they do with a lot of people.
I'm not discrediting Michael Vick. I'm just saying people would discredit him because they said all he did was run. And I'm saying just to play devil's advocate, you said the same shit about which I was talking about a little bit ago. So,
I do think the Chiefs need to actually start taking their opponents seriously and stop doing like ring around the rosy shit or laterals.
I loved it.
Laterals in the middle of the thing, or the Eagles will upset them because that is starting to get like, okay, guys. We get it.
No.
You're the best team in the league. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't need to literally just be toying with the opponents out here.
I will give you that. All them laterals earlier in the game. I'm like, come on, y'all. Stop being cute. Stop the cute shit. Stop that because you can lose like that. But yeah, the ring around Rosie shit, that shit was crazy. I loved it, man. What I really loved though was when people getting mad at that. I'm like, yo, like if you don't like
it's insulting.
Okay, well then beat him then. If you insult
I'm saying, why wouldn't you be mad at that? It's insulting.
If you're insulted by it, beat him. Beat him. Stop him.
They can still be insulted.
Like
I could lose a game and be mad that you insulted me.
I'll tell you something that's really. I remember when the Patriots were going when the year they went undefeated in the regular season, they were on the fucking 1 yard line, and they do a fucking fake spike, man, and fucking touchdown off of that shit. They'd be up like 30-0 and doing that shit in one. Yeah, that was some asshole
shit. And that's pretty much the same shit the Chiefs is doing. Guess what? I ain't like the Patriots either. Now, did you think I gave the Patriots a pass for doing that?
No.
Do you not know who I am?
Of course. I don't like them either, man. That's what you're saying, man. But I did like that. I like cocky shit. I love cocky shit.
There's cocky, and then there's just that.
That's why.
And don't get me wrong, I like cocky shit too. I went to the Panthers after that 15-1 season because the Rams left, and I was like, I want to have fun. Yeah, they may not win every year, but at least I'll have fun watching. And they've been one of the worst teams in the NFL since.
Yeah. Damn.
And they are one of the idiot, teams that drafted someone other than Patrick Mahomes. We drafted McCaffrey. Look how that turned out.
Well, they traded him. That was stupid. That was dumb.
I would say we got nothing from it.
Yeah, that was dumb because he ended up becoming one. He ended up becoming one of the. He was the best thing that happened to the 49ers this year. So.
He almost took them to the Super Bowl. We talk about Purdy because quarterbacks get credit, but it was Christian McCaffrey that was doing everything.
Yeah, it was. Who do you think? What do you think they're gonna do in the draft, man? Think they're gonna draft the quarterback? They got to pretty much, right?
If they don't get number 12.
Oh, Tom Brady.
Yeah. If he doesn't
So-
go there, they'll draft a quarterback. Sure. They
So
need to.
if Tom
Who do
Brady,
they got?
if Tom Brady comes, if he comes to the Panthers, how would you feel about
I would become a Chiefs fan.
that?
I don't understand why you hate that man so
I would
much.
stop being a Panthers fan instantly. I'd be like, it was a good 5 years, not really, but I'm going to be a Chiefs fan. Fuck it, I'm a sellout. Sellout bandwagon.
And then if he goes to the
Even
Chiefs,
though I was born in Kansas City.
no, I'm saying, and then if he goes to the Chiefs after like the next year afterwards,
Then
You
I
go to the
root for
Chiefs.
something
What the
else.
fuck are you?
I
why
probably
would he
just
be on the
stop
Chiefs?
watching football.
Why would he be on the Chiefs and Patrick
If
Mahomes?
that's all he's gonna do is just keep going to teams I like. I'm just gonna
he's
stop
specifically
watching
going to
football.
shit that Omari Ellis go. Fucking like,
I would just
But that
stop
wouldn't make
watching
any sense.
football.
Why?
he
Why?
goes
Why?
to,
Why
the
would you?
grapevine. Who's Omari like this year? Oh, I'm gonna be there next season.
Yeah.
But no. I'm saying though, like if the Chiefs got rid of Mahomes for Brady, that's fucking stupid. Brady is like 45.
Obviously, I'm fucking being stupid. Like, no, of course not. No,
Yeah,
I didn't
for the
literally
best quarterback
mean.
right now.
I didn't. Come on, really? No, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about replacing people for a stupid joke of following what P life. What the
Okay, I
hell?
see what you're saying. I see. I got you.
Yeah.
How did you not follow this? We even
I
made
got
the
it.
joke. The whole. Okay, come on, though.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's the only thing that will get me out of this Panthers fandom right now is if Brady joined the team. Like, I'm stuck with this team because I picked them. Rooting for the Chiefs now would just make me a bandwagoner, despite being born in Kansas City.
I don't know if you can call me a bandwagoner because
No, you're not a bandwagoner because you went right after you lost the team. You picked your new team.
No, I didn't.
It panned out for you.
I didn't. No, I didn't because when the Rams left, I was just a fan of football, so I was just watching football.
So what was the first team you did when you realized that just being a fan of football wasn't enough and you needed a team? What team did you pick?
I mean, it was the Chiefs, but it only became
Okay.
it was only last year I became a Chiefs fan. 2021.
I thought it was like a couple years ago.
No, 2021.
Oh, fair enough.
You went to Chiefs games and shit. I remember that.
I went to one in 2016 just because I wanted to.
Yeah. So you
and
want?
I will tell you. Fan. I will tell you. I will never. Well, let me not say I will never do it again. But I didn't like the experience because
cold as fuck.
No, I went in September, so it was fun.
Okay.
But I would say I didn't like that you had to pay for parking, and parking it was expensive as fuck. So I had to park at it was a BP across the street from Arrowhead. So I had to park at the fucking BP and pay for that. They had to pay at the BP to park at the BP.
So they weren't gonna let you cheat like that.
No. BP was like, bitch, we know what y'all trying to do.
Right. They were smart.
They were like, this is the only time that we ever gonna charge you to park at the gas station. But go ahead, cough up them coins.
And I think the Burger King was doing the same shit. There's a Burger King right next to it.
They knew what time it was. They was like, y'all trying to sneak over here. You bitch, you don't just want this Whopper. You want this Whopper in this parking space. So go ahead, pay for both.
Whopper. But no, so I had to do that, and I had to walk from the BP to Arrowhead. It was a good 15, 20-minute walk from that bitch, man. It wasn't a good experience.
That's how it was when I went to Detroit and I tried to go to Mom's Spaghetti with Eminem. I tell you, I told you about that, Eben, I think. Eminem opened a restaurant, Mom's Spaghetti, like about 1-2 years ago, some shit. And the food in and of itself, I wanted to eat it just to say I ate it. Because the food looked like it was some fucking cafeteria ass spaghetti. And I ain't trying to hate on Mr. Mathers, but it did look like there was some special thought put into the shit. They had regular spaghetti. I think they had like regular spaghetti with like meat in the sauce, and they had spaghetti with no meat. And they had like maybe 2 more things on there, and that was it. It wasn't that much shit. And it was a walk-up window. Well, I'm saying I didn't get to eat it. I'm telling you. It was a walk-up window. Like you couldn't really go in either. And I saw like on a picture, like on the grand opening, Eminem was like at the store randomly, didn't tell nobody, but Eminem was like at the store out the window giving people the food and shit. It was like, what the fuck?
Nice.
So with me and Jeremy, my good friend, I say his name, whatever. That's a comedy name. But when me and him were there, for the Detroit Comic-Con that we went to, and he went to some shit. They had something for Smallville. That's what it was. I didn't watch Smallville to even get what you're doing right there. I'm assuming that's the theme song. Yeah. But he watched Smallville because he got to meet the dude that played Lex Luthor, and then it was like we went to the Comic-Con all 3 nights for the weekend and shit. Because we have VIP passes and all that shit because his mom gave it to me. That's a whole different story. But it was like a thing after the full proceedings of the Comic-Con, you could pay an extra like $200. Yeah, for real. And then stay there for like some big event with the stars of Smallville playing improv with the with the audience and doing all this other crazy shit, Q&As and all this other whatever. So I ain't know a goddamn thing about Smallville, and I could give a fuck. No offense, I'm just saying. So he let me, because we drove down with his SUV, he let me borrow his SUV to drive around while we were there. Because I was like, I got to find something to do for like the next 2.5 hours, whatever the fuck. So he's like, yeah, dude, you can borrow my SUV. Go ahead and do what you got to do. Okay, cool. So I borrowed his SUV, and I was like, oh, I got enough time while I got his SUV. I'm going to drive into town, and I'm going to get some mild spaghetti just to say I did, goddammit. So I drove around, didn't think that it's downtown Detroit on a fucking, Saturday.
Oh, shit.
So goddamn traffic was bullshit, and it was nowhere to fucking park. I was so fucking pissed. I drove around like fucking crazy, just driving around trying to find somewhere to park. You want to talk about like driving far away, driving around trying to find somewhere to park. Wasn't gonna pay. Fuck that. I'm not about to pay somewhere to park just to get some fucking food to say I ate it. That might be subpar. I'm just being honest. No offense, Mr. M. Hey. So I drove around like a motherfucker, drove around like crazy, drove around. All time is just fading away, and I'm in somebody else's ride, so I don't want to be late to pick him up, but I especially can't be late in your shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You were nice enough to let me borrow it too. So I'm like, fuck. I was like, fuck it. All right. So I'm like, let me go ahead. I'm just gonna park 15, I'm parked 20 minutes away. I was like, if I gotta walk 20 minutes to get this shit, whatever, I don't care. I'm gonna walk 20 minutes to get it, and I'm gonna go back or whatever. And then I finally, after all this time it passed, I finally parked 20 minutes away. I started walking, probably about maybe 8 minutes into walking. I'm like, shit. If I walk all the way up here for 20 minutes, I gotta wait in line. Then I gotta walk 20 minutes back. Then I gotta drive to get this dude. I was like, I can't be late with his shit. So I walked about maybe 8 to 10 minutes and said, fuck it. And then I was only about maybe 5 to 10 minutes late to picking him up. But I was like, damn. I was like, I can't, because I was like, I gotta walk 20. That's 40 minutes right there of just walking. Yeah. Who knows how long I'm waiting this line? Then I gotta drive however long that take to pick you up, even though I didn't drive that far away. So I was like, I can't do that shit. So I basically spent my fucking Saturday in Detroit driving around aimlessly for who knows, like an hour or whatever. Finally, then decided to walk to get this shit, never reached my destination, then went back to pick my friend up. Meanwhile, he was having a time of his fucking life as a fucking Smallville diehard with the fucking the stars of the show. And even I think participated in one of the games at one point or whatever. So we had completely different Saturday. This motherfucker enjoying himself, and I'm over here just like, really? I can't even eat the food. God damn it. That's why I was talking about, you want to talk about driving and parking far as shit. I parked far as shit away from somewhere to eat the shit and then didn't even get a chance to eat it.
Damn.
Because even if I did eat it, and even if I did eat it and it was shitty, I would have at least been happy that I got it.
True.
Right.
You could say that you ate at Mount Spaghetti in Detroit.
Yeah.
You went up there. It's the experience at that point.
Of course. That's how it was for me. I
didn't expect that food to be shit, right?
No, that's how it was for me when I went to Arrowhead. 2 things I remember from that game. They were playing the Jets. So that was when Ryan Fitzpatrick was the quarterback for them. He threw 6 picks in that game. and obviously, though, I mean, you throw 6 picks, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose. And
unless you're Trevor Lawrence.
Right.
Even then,
so
he only
4
threw
picks in 1
5.
Threw 4.
but he
Three
had
in the
a
first quarter.
fumble. He had
Yeah, he had
5
a fumble,
turnovers.
Yeah, three interceptions in the first quarter. One in the second. Four and 1/2, and they still won. That's crazy.
5
But
turnovers in the first half and come back from
yeah,
being
come
down
back and win.
29. What the fuck?
Fucking crazy. Right, that's crazy. But no, they did that, and there was a drunk idiot in the section behind me, up top behind me, and he fell down in empty seats next to me. I'm like, what the fuck?
Damn, how drunk was he that he fell? He was above you and fell in the
Yeah.
seats next to you?
Next to me.
God damn.
Yeah.
I went to a
Lay off the booze, Jesus.
I've been to a preseason game for the Dolphins that happened to be
Mhm.
up in Orlando.
Mhm.
And I forget who they were playing, but that was a little fun. I don't remember whether or not they won though. But we sat kind of near the end zone and could kind of see like a little diagonal down, and we got to laugh at the like Dolphin mascot Denny doing silly shit. And then the regular season game I went to for my birthday in 2021.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you showed me the picture. The
2021.
Bears got the ass kicked.
Yeah, went there with my
who you thought
roommate
they were?
and my buddy Fluffles. My roommate and my buddy Fluffles. We went and we were wearing Bears jerseys. We were all wearing Khalil Mack jerseys. Went there.
Khalil Mack was gone, wasn't
And I don't remember, but the Bears got it was not
They
a
got
good
the-
day.
They got the brakes beat off
Surrounded
them.
by red fans and stuff. Now there were more Bears fans there than we expected. We expected to be like 3 of the only ones, or 3 of the only people rooting for the Bears. I'm kind of a Bears fan. I'm not gonna lie. I want them to succeed. I mean,
Justin Fields, man, hey, he's showing potential. He's showing potential.
tell that to my roommate because he wants him gone.
Your roommate's tripping.
Because he's not winning any games.
Well, your roommate's tripping.
It's garbage time stats or whatever at this point. It's like win a game. You can run all you want, but win a game. For your Cam Newton analogy, throw some balls and win some games because Cam ran all day, but he won.
He did.
That was what he was saying. I was like, but he doesn't even have a receiver.
He ain't got nobody around him.
He doesn't have a receiver. Give him one receiver and see what happens.
One.
Could Joe Burrow has like fucking one guy in Jamar Chase. Give Field to Jamar Chase and see what happens.
Right. There you go. Just like Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, he ain't got nobody. He ain't got no receivers. So, yeah.
I hope his ass goes to the Panthers. That'd be cool.
Hey, that would be cool. I don't see it happening, but that would be cool.
I don't either. I don't think Tepper knows what he's doing when it comes to getting talent. He's the new owner, so that team will never be good again.
Yeah.
Unless he's trying to lose a lot and tank on purpose so he can move the team. But Rube was joking about that one time. He's like, what if he was trying to move the team? He's like, where did he move it to? Then he looked at me. He's like, you are not, if it happens, you are not allowed to say you called that. You're not allowed to be like, oh yes, I moved from the Rams to the Panthers, who then moved to St. Louis. Like, you are not allowed to be like, I called this 20 years ago when I chose this new team. Like, I doubt that would happen, but that would be funny.
I don't want another team to move here, man. I don't want that to happen. If another team came here, which I don't ever see happening again, but if they did come to St. Louis, I would want it to be an expansion team.
Now, what I would want.
So there's no threat. So there's no threat of it leaving.
Now, speaking of expansion teams, I kind of want.
And hold on. Also, I want an expansion team also because there would be no threat of them leaving, and also I don't want a team from another town and have those fans be mad. You know that they get a team ripped from them and they come somewhere else. I don't like that. So yeah, go ahead. My bad.
It's happened to us like 3 times now. Get over yourselves.
Yeah.
No, what I was gonna say on the topic of expansion teams, it's highly unlikely, but it would be nice if, let's say, 3rd time's the charm, XFL actually kicks off and shows that, you know, a lot of these cities who don't have NFL teams can support NFL teams. And then the NFL goes, well, rather than try and get our own, you know, things, let's just take these established fan bases and take some of them and absorb them into the
Start
NFL.
a new team in
or
that city.
just have take kind of like how the NBA did with the ABA, where they were like, we're buying you and we're taking these teams, Spirit of St. Louis, you can stay over
they
there.
They merged.
Yeah. They're like, you can stay over there, Spirit of St. Louis. Well, give us a royalty when any of those other teams are on TV.
Right.
No one's going to watch TV. Sure. 30 years later, please take this away. Please. Okay, you guys made enough money off of us. Please stop.
You don't understand. So what he's talking about, Jazz? So it was these two brothers. They own the Spirits of St. Louis.
With the Okie Dog. I know, he talking about.
The Spirits of St. Louis, they were an ABA team here. And they lasted like 3 years, I want to say. It wasn't that long they were here. But these two brothers own the Spirits of St. Louis. So when the ABA merged with the NBA, they took the Pacers, the Spurs, and some other team, the Nuggets. But the Spirits of St. Louis didn't merge with the NBA. So what they did was they made a deal with the brothers that they would get a certain amount of money in perpetuity every year for years until they died or something like that. And it was kind of like a weird deal where they got like millions of dollars every year. So then when it came time, the NBA was like, oh no, we made a bad deal with you. Can we please like do something with it, do something different, like settle? And they was like, man, no. But they ended up doing it anyway. So
it took 30 years for them to say yes. They're like, okay, we've made enough money.
Right. But so it was a crazy ass deal.
Now, if that happened, but if it were to happen, St. Louis Battlehawks, which I already have some gear of.
So what you're saying though is like
I want the St. Louis Battlehawks to be an NFL team.
I feel you.
Yes.
I feel you. No, and you but you like not an ABA analogy, but an AFL analogy. There you go. AFL.
Sure. I just want them to take some of the XFL teams.
Right.
Namely the St. Louis Battlehawks and make it an NFL team.
But do you think it would water down the talent pool though?
Because it's not already.
No, it's not. It's not watered down right now. I don't think. People in the XFL are not good enough to be in the NFL anyway. So,
well, when they're NFL's NFL at that point, like if it's up to the NFL, they'll still be drafted. NFL is going to add expansion teams. We all know this. Right now, they're working on a freaking European division for crying out loud.
No, that's been rumored forever. I don't see that happening. It's not logistically possible, man. Think about it.
They still are trying to make it. So,
but think about it. Think about it.
I agree with you.
Yeah, the European team already is at a disadvantage because if they were to play at home, they have to stay home for a minute, and everybody coming to them would be they'd be at a big disadvantage too because of the time difference, all that shit.
I hear you. And the play it would suck for the players. You know who doesn't give a damn about the players, but really want to tap into that continent worth of money?
The owners.
The NFL. The same owners that were like, what's a concussion? It's nothing. Keep playing the fucking game.
Keep playing. Yeah, we lying to you motherfuckers. We don't give a fuck.
Tell the truth.
Fuck Will Smith. Anyway.
Oscar's but so no, white, yet I want to get an Oscar. Anyway.
Yeah, but anyway, though, but no, they'd be at a disadvantage because they got to move to a different country, different culture, different time zone. If they come to America, they got to stay in America for a little bit because moving back and forth between the Europe and America is bad on your body. It's crazy, man. It's a bunch of shit. So,
I agree.
Flying back and forth.
I agree. There's a logistical nightmare, but that doesn't stop them from constantly trying to let's add another European city and see how the fans like. Ooh, these people like football here. These people like football here. Even if they don't compete with the American teams, I could see an NFL Europe branch starting.
Well, you remember they had NFL Europe years ago. You remember that? But that was just minor league football, pretty much, though. So,
but I could see them like trying to do that, regardless, even if it's just bringing it back. They want that Europe money. But
yeah, they do.
I don't know. I'm looking forward. No, go ahead.
I was to say, I think if they were to expand internationally, they'd go to Mexico or Canada because it's close.
Fair.
So,
They could get a Mexico team because they do
Yeah.
a lot of good money in Mexico. Although Mexico
And
really
it's
likes
fans
them
on it.
some Raiders.
They like the
Oh,
Raiders and Niners.
they really like them some Raiders in Mexico.
Mhm.
But no, I'm looking forward to the XFL season. Hopefully, it goes off completely this time. It was doing
Yeah,
fine
yeah.
until the
To
pandemic
COVID.
happened last time.
COVID.
We sold out the actual
Yes.
full dome.
Yes.
Like
yes.
they not just the limited seating, they had to open the top section,
They
and they
opened the top
sold
section
that
up.
out
Yes.
as a big fu to the NFL, saying, "Oh,
Yes.
St. Louis fans don't care about football." And then
Yes.
COVID happened. It's like we're not
Yes.
allowed to enjoy football in St. Louis, or else the world must shut down.
St. Louis was the only. St. Louis, we were the only town to sell out in the XFL. The only town.
Didn't Houston do well? I thought Houston was up there,
Oh, I thought I could have
but
sworn
that's
I heard
because their
St. Louis
team was
the only
good. They were the ones with PJ Walker. I think because their team was good, Houston was doing good sales, and the Battlehawks were okay, and they were doing good sales. We kept beating the Vipers though, and the online fan bases decided that the Vipers and Battlehawks just gonna hate each other. That was just decided by speaking of subreddits, because my friend told me that he's like, I don't have a team because I'm in Florida, or Fluffles. He's like, I don't have a team in Florida, so let's go Battlehawks. And so he like showed me the subreddits like, yeah, cause law. Also, apparently we hate the Vipers because Hawks eat snakes. Okay. And the Vipers apparently just the two fan bases decided, yeah, fuck you. Yeah. Just like the Cowboys and Eagles don't like anybody like that. We just decided that's the team we hate. Y'all hate y'all. Yeah, we hate y'all too. Cool. Well, there's a lot of and then the Vipers ended up sucking tremendously. So it just helped. I was like, man, I get to be on the bully side of one of these fan base things for once. Like, stupid Vipers.
No, man. If I'm gonna try my best to go to a game this year, a Battlehawks game. So if you were ever in town, if you ever come to St. Louis again, me and you got to go to a Battlehawks game. If you ever in town again, we have to go.
I would like
if you're ever in town.
I would like that because the Orlando Guardians, who are just a palette swap of the New York Guardians with worse colors. I'm not a fan. I mean, I'm happy I'm from St. Louis, and I already have Battlehawks merchandise anyway. But
I'll go with y'all.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Come on, let's do it. Sure, come with me now. Come with me this year, Jazz.
Hail Mary.
That's why I figured right.
I know. But no, seriously, come with me.
Yeah, no, we can work something out, make something happen. Shit. Speaking of coming with us, why don't y'all go ahead and take this journey with us outside of the show and follow us on our respective socials. So,
damn, it's over already.
Yes, man.
Damn, time be flying on this shit, man. I swear.
You know what is always so funny? I've said it before. It was always so funny. Every time we had you on, you were always so shocked when the hour is up.
I know, because this time flies, man. You lose track of time. You just have so much fun doing this.
But no, go ahead, follow us on our respective socials. So if you would like to follow yours truly, you can go ahead and find me anywhere you stream your music. I go by the name of Superjaz, which is spelled Superjaz. I kind of swallowed that. Let me say that again. Superjaz. You can go ahead and find me on any streaming service where you stream your music. My debut solo album I dropped back in 2021 called My Secret Identity. You may have to put out Superjaz, My Secret Identity, since I'm not so famous yet. Also, if you would like to find and follow me on Twitter, you can go ahead and look me up under the handle Superjaz2, which is spelled Superjaz number 2. And of course, you can go ahead and find me on Instagram under the name Forever Superjaz. The word forever is spelled correctly. Where can they find you, Pete?
Well, first of all, you can find me here every week, every Wednesday on the Whatever We Want podcast. You can also find me elsewhere on YouTube on the channel feogrande. That is feogrande. I've even got a weekly podcast every Tuesday on that channel called This Guy Hasn't Seen with my good friend and a friend of the show, Bill Smith. where we talk about movies, we trade them back and forth. It's a good time. This week, I believe we did Slumdog Millionaire. You can go ahead and check that out. And also, I have a Twitter and a Twitch. You actually like Slumdog Millionaire. There we go. So yeah, I have a Twitter and a Twitch. That's Giotavi, Giotavi. Come on in, stop on by. Evan, you got anything where people can find you?
No, don't. 2 reasons. I don't want you finding me, and 3. I don't want you finding me. I'm probably boring, and leave me alone.
I don't know about that second one. God
Yeah,
damn.
I don't know,
That's
man.
That's on you.
Wrestling events or something come on, or football. You be seeing some posts. This man
I'll-
posts
I'll
more
do
than I
tweet.
do. Yeah,
I do tweet.
he trying to be humble right now. He tweets more than I do.
But we won't say
I
his
do.
handle. 'cause
I
we
tweet
don't
about
want to be
wrestling all the
found,
time.
so.
You know what? Go ahead and find me. Follow me on Twitter at ibdude, IB as in boy, D as in dog, U D as in dog, E. IBDUDE, ibdude. So
Oh
yeah,
shit, you get it on.
you might like my wrestling takes. You might like my football takes. I tweet.
Or you might not, and it might be
Promise
entertaining that you don't like them.
I tweet about Dynamite and Rampage. Well, I don't tweet about Rampage much, but every now and then I tweet about Rampage. But I tweet about Dynamite damn near all the time, and I tweet about football a lot. So yeah.
Sometimes your wrestling takes I be saying, I be like, bruh. Sometimes it's just fun. Sometimes it's like, dude, chill, God.
Right? I'm like, he hated
okay.
that shit.
He did not like that segment, apparently.
No, but seriously though, the Royal Rumble though, man, that was good. The Bloodline shit, that was good.
We can talk about
So
that another time. Because that's a whole conversation in and of itself.
I was gonna say real quick, Ibn, did you notice when I said I Slumdog Millionaire good movie? Did you notice Pete said, "Oh, you like?" Because apparently there's an ongoing thing that Jazz don't like good movies. Oh, just 'cause I said The Departed's overrated.
Oh,
You said some other stuff too.
I said Bridesmaids is overrated too.
So yeah. Follow me on Twitter at ibdude, IBDUDE.
All right.
I did say Everything Everywhere All at Once is a masterpiece, though. I agree with that. But yes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so whether it be about football, what are we gonna talk about next time? Because it wasn't. What? Get it. There was no other.
Because he was trying to list other topics, but we didn't really talk about nothing but football.
What are we gonna talk about next time?
More. I mean, we talk about other experiences, though. We talk about other experiences with
for real. I'm
you
not
Detroit.
mad.
He's not mad. He's just joking.
Because you watch the show where I always say whether it be about boom.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was like, whether it be about football.
Very heavily football focused episode.
No,
I'm
Yes.
not mad. I am not mad. I am not
We're
mad.
going to talk about whatever we want.
Be nice to yourself, everybody.
Adios.
Hey.